Day one of the two-day Taom Shootout Grand Finals. And this the penultimate match of day one. Patty McCarron against Darren Matthew. Only just completed the lag.
Interesting matchup in terms of this Patty McCarron's third match of the day, but Darren Matthew's first match, the way the draw has panned out. Patty McCarron with 1 win, 1 loss, sits second in the table with 2 points. Darren, of course, bottom of the table with no points, but he's still got 4 matches left to play. Darren's a very highly rated player from the Aberdeen area. Won a huge number of titles on the world rules side of the game, I believe, but being a world champion, European champion, home internationals champion, Scottish Open champion, the list of titles goes on. So it'll be interesting to see how he takes to the shootout.
Oh, how's he seen that?
What a shot that is. He's potting himself into trouble.
Well, unfortunately, the match clock hasn't kicked into gear. "20-minute matches, of which we're at least a minute in, unfortunately. Hopefully it's working in the arena.
We haven't seen a huge amount of this today, especially in the opening frames of matches, a tactical battle.
Well, the match clock has now started, so I'm hoping they don't get a 22, 23-minute match here.
It could be a 22, 23-minute opening frame the way it started off. Well, these yellows have come open for Patty McCarron. Not happy with his position. It looks okay, just drift down the table. Oh, I think he knew he was getting the flick on the red, and he has landed awkward. Very similar to how Patty's been playing so far today. Been getting the opportunities, but just losing control of the cue ball, and that's forced him to miss pots along the way, and he's been giving his opponent more opportunities than he would really like. He did manage to get over the line in his opening match. It wasn't the highest quality of matches, beating Davey Dornan 2 frames to 1. Just the 3 frames played in their 20 minutes. There was mistakes on both sides of the table. In his second match, fairly convincingly beaten by Martin McIntosh. And This time it's Darren Matthews' opportunity or chance to make a mistake on the clearance. Knocks the red safe. Darren just nudged the black and the yellow safe, so Patty going to wait for a better opportunity. He wanted to get the snooker though. Disappointed to leave a shot at the red, but that's all gone wrong. Completely missed his red.
Oh,
Pots
well.
the black.
Oh dear. And he'll look at the score and think, blimey, was that only 2.5 minutes?
A very quick opening frame.
Yeah. Well, it was about 5, but our reserve referee forgot to start the clock.
Yeah, long day for the referees out there as well. But yeah, not much point having a match clock if you don't start it. Well, if the first frame was drawn out, this one could be even more so because, well, I say that, he's just going to try and open them up for the second time. I didn't see the second pot go in. It must have made something somewhere as he slammed into the pack.
Well, as Patty said, so I'm going to have a rest this frame, you just go.
Well, he's going, he's still going. Very difficult to pot the one over the pocket and get onto the other red in the, well, just in that cluster of yellows. He's going to play off the red in the cluster. Still not a wide open table for Patty. Probably be better served looking for a safety shot, looking to try and get a snooker at somehow. These yellows haven't really opened up for him. Yellow by the black's a problem, but the two in the middle of the table don't go anywhere. The other two are fine. But he hasn't left an angle to develop these two at the bottom. Now he pulls back and plays the safety shot. I think he's got the total snooker he was looking for. And it's a good escape from Darren Matthew. Problem with Patty McCarron's shot choice, he had to pot too many balls before he could get the snooker. And he wasn't developing anything when he played the snooker, so he gained no advantage from putting Darren in a spot of bother. No situations if you can develop a ball whilst getting the snooker at the same time, you're helping your cause.
Well, there have been some bad matches today. I'd put this already up towards the top of that list. That's a good shot. Where's this going? Oh, that'll do. That will do. Well played, Darren. 1-1.
Not sure he was in full control when he played that cannon, but it worked out beautifully for him. But it was an excellent couple of pots that got him there. And it's probably the most enthusiastic celebration we've seen so far today, that dance around the arena.
Yeah.
He's had to wait a very long time to get out there today. And he's finally got a frame on the board. So 1-1 as we approach the halfway point. 10 minutes 40 left on the clock, and it's another very bad break. I think there's some issues going on with the referees. I don't think they're racking the balls particularly well. It's too consistent a bad break, and if you just get the balls not quite tight, they won't ping open. You get a dead pack, and they just sort of all stay bunched together. So I think there's some issues with the referee.
Well, 10 minutes, give or take, to find a winner. It's been a long day.
I was looking for the cannon on the black, just to flick open that little cluster of 3.
No, that's not worked. One match after this one, Liam Dunster, George Tierney. The man who calls himself the real number 1, George Tierney, against the actual number 1, Liam Dunster.
Yeah, some spice in that matchup as well. Liam Dunster pulled out of the last Taom Shootout because of the reinstatement of George Tierney. Nice pop from Patty. Would have knifed an extra foot or so on the screw back. Would love to have been able to leave the red at the bottom of the table for last, for getting onto the black. Can't do that now.
No.
He's missed it anyway. It's just been the story of Patty McCarron's day. He's been doing that. He's had 3 matches today, and he's done that in all 3 matches.
He's only one. Oh, where's the black? Oof. And the yellow's in.
Well, had the black fallen, it would have been a legal shot. As the yellow went in.
And in goes the black. 2 in a row from Darren Matthew, and now he's favourite for victory.
He knows that's a frame given away, really. He had the frame at his mercy, didn't manage to make the clearance. The loss here for Patty is going to leave him in all sorts of trouble. With just 1 match left, he'd have 2 points, meaning he can only get to 4 points in this group, which is unlikely to be enough.
The 1 match he won 2-1. And then because of the way his second match ended, when he was going 3-2 but he picked up the white, so that would have finished 4-1?
Finished 4-1, yeah.
Yeah, so he's actually only won 4 frames all day.
Yes. Yeah, he's not been at his best. For a man that made the final in Manchester, he's really not been on it today. Just making a lot of positional errors. And it's just forcing the missed pots. Can't keep gifting players opportunities.
Well, not sure how he missed that.
I was just starting to think that Darren Matthew is starting to show us a bit more about what he can do. And he misses a howler.
He can still rescue this, Patty.
He's gone for the double rather than the yellow up the cushion. Big shot. Excellent. And he's landed on the yellow on the right-hand side. Key to the frame. Problem he's got, he would like to have got rid of the yellow nearest the bottom left-hand corner before playing that one down the right-hand side. Just because it would have made the one that's nearest the red easier. His route on this visit has not been the best.
Nothing wrong with the potting though. Needs a couple more good ones. No.
Got fortunate with the leave. I'm not sure if he's blocked the red to the top left, but it's a very tough pot. Oh, he may have half a pocket.
Still doesn't need to rush. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, his best shot of the day by some distance. Excellent stuff.
The angle. And that's a frame winner. Could prove a match winner. 2-2 with 4 minutes to go. And that time he did wait for the white to stop.
Oh, he could be in for another draw. All depends on the split. We've had a couple of frames where the balls just haven't opened up, and then 3.5 minutes won't be enough. Or will one of these players get the opportunity to get the victory? It's been a bit of a slow burner this match, but it's building to a big finish.
So a decider really, this. It's a better split, but the white's in.
First time the balls have really opened up in the match, and they've actually come back together a little bit. Most of them have finished in the bottom half of the table, so there's no two balls together, but it's still fairly congested. But Darren will get a free shot to open everything up. Well, he's not even going to use his free shot. He's just going to go for the clearance. Still an open table, so he could still choose reds if he wishes. And that's what he's going to do.
Stayed out. Could be another draw, this.
Yeah, 2 minutes with the state of these yellows. Very difficult for Patty. The reds are still there for Darren, so Patty's going to have to be very careful. That's a clever shot. Still time for reds. Patty eyeing up the double. The only bad yellow is the one on the bottom cushion.
Oh, he's not missed a double all day.
I think this...
It's time for a winner.
Yeah, I think this yellow goes to the corner. I don't think it's the full bag, but I think there's enough. The black doesn't, should he get that far.
it's a tricky clearance.
I'd like to have seen him do a little bit more with the positional side of that shot just to make the back end of this clearance easier. Oh, no need when you can pot like that.
Well, he's going to have a black to win the match, but how difficult is it going to be? He's really got into that. He's got into it too much, hasn't he? Match ball. For the match. No! No, no, no.
And no time for Darren.
No.
Not even if he pots 2 at a time.
It's going to finish 2-2. Patty had a shot. Very difficult black to win it. Fun and games between the two, and it's a draw in the end, 2-2. Patty McCarron had a shot for the match, wasn't easy, and it's a point apiece. 1 match to go. You won't want to miss this one. Bit of bad blood, perhaps. It's the real #1 George Tierney against the actual #1 Liam Dunster after this break.